So
Okay.
I have a project that is, without question, the most personal and powerful music that I've ever made. So,
Wow.
I'm gonna sneak that out on you in a month or so.
Oh, in a month or so.
Yeah.
Do you still get nervous?
It's your boy Wavy, Stay Wavy TV, back at y'all with another one, man. So I just got done watching an interview with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence promoting their new movie Bad Boys 3, Bad Boys for Life. And I noticed that a specific part of the interview, and I clipped it in the beginning of this video, Martin Lawrence, he's looking towards the ground, looks like he's like lost, looks like he's confused. But I noticed he's palming his fist, as if he's trying to gain strength, or if he's trying to, how you would palm your fist as if you was about to punch somebody. He's palming both of his fists for no reason, and he's just looking straight down, dazed out in the interview. And he looks off, man. And I've noticed that something was off about Martin for a couple years now, but it seems like it's getting worse. I think we should all pray for Martin Lawrence, because at the end of the day, it's clear that something is going on with his health. He doesn't want people to know what's going on, but we need to pray for Martin. Martin is my favorite actor growing up. He's not my favorite actor right now because he hasn't been active, but growing up, he 100% was my favorite actor, my favorite comedian. I think The Martin Show is the greatest TV series show of all time, in my opinion. But with that being said, man, I started to notice Martin was off when he gained weight. I noticed when he gained all that weight, I noticed he was talking very slow. It looks like he's only using one side of his face more than the other side of his face. And he just, he moves really slow. He talks really slow. It's like he has no energy. You understand what I'm saying? And we all know that when Martin was in his prime, Martin was, he talked fast. He was very energetic. He always stayed in shape. His energy was just times 50. He always was the most energized person in the room. He always was moving fast, talking. He was witty. He was charismatic. Now it's like Martin is super slow, super laid back. When he talks really slow. He's slurring his words. He's only using one side of his face. And listen, guys, we also have to take into account that Martin Lawrence is 59 years old. He's turning 60 this year. So, age definitely plays a factor into that. And we also have to remember that when Martin Lawrence first became popular, when he first was doing the Martin Show, Martin was already, he was already in his 30s. You understand what I'm saying? It's like when Martin got really famous, it's not like he was in his early 20s like Will Smith was. Martin was already in his 30s. You understand what I'm saying? So he already was, a grown man that, he's just gotten older. I definitely think that weight gain plays a factor, because when you gain weight, it makes your face fatter. You obviously don't have the same energy that you had when you was in shape. And to be out of shape at age 59, that's different than being out of shape when you're 30 or 20 or even 40. This guy, Martin, is 59. He's out of shape. He's gained weight in his face. And that definitely plays a factor into why he's acting how he's acting. But also his eyes. I noticed that his eyes are always very red. I even seen another commercial that he did with Will Smith promoting the Bad Boys movie. And I noticed that his eyes are very red. And even his pupils, they seem almost dilated, as if. Now, that could be from smoking weed, right? Maybe Martin is smoking weed, and maybe he just can't handle the weed, because we know the weed now is different than the weed back then. Maybe Martin is just smoking some good shit, and maybe he's high. You know what I'm saying? It's possible that Martin is high, right? Or maybe he has some type of medical condition where he's taking medicine and it's causing his eyes to look like that. It's causing his energy level to lower. Now, we did hear rumors of Martin Lawrence being bipolar back in the day. So maybe he's taking some type of bipolar medication. I think that that's possible. But he did have a heat stroke. I hear a lot of people say that Martin Lawrence had a stroke, but I don't think that's it, because the stroke that Martin Lawrence had, he had a heat stroke, and that was in the 90s, right? And after he had that heat stroke, we still seen Martin act like Martin, right? But then he had another situation where he was filming Big Mama's House 2, and this was in the early 2000s, and I think that because he had that suit on and he was filming the movie in the heat, apparently they said he had a heat stroke again. So maybe it was that one that caused Martin to really slow down and deteriorate his health. But I just hope Martin's okay, man. Listen, guys, if there was something really wrong with Martin's health, I promise you he would not be still filming movies, right? As a matter of fact, I was thinking about this, right? And I want you guys to look this up. Before Martin filmed Bad Boys 3, that's the one that came out like 2 years ago, right? That was the first movie that Martin filmed that he starred in like 10 years, right? Like the last time we seen Martin do a movie before that, I believe it was Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins. That was in 2006? So he didn't film a movie that he was starring in like, 15 years? So it's possible that Martin just was just home, just spending time with family, gained a lot of weight, possibly became a little introverted, and maybe he's just uncomfortable, or just, not used to being around so many people, and it's just causing him to kind of like, tweak out a little bit, man, because that's the thing. It's like if you play basketball and you haven't played basketball in 10 years, you step on the court, you're gonna look crazy, right? So I mean, with Bad Boys 3 and Bad Boys 4, we're seeing Martin do movies for the first time in a very long time, and he's older now. So it's possible that we're just looking at an older, more laid back Martin that's still trying to get back into the groove. You understand what I'm saying? And maybe the more that he continues to do movies, maybe he'll look better. Maybe his energy will go up. You understand what I'm saying? But instead of trying to figure out what exactly is wrong with him, I think the best thing we should do is pray for him. And we have to realize, people that keep saying he's not the same Martin, he's 59 years old. Listen, the reason why Will Smith still looks like Will Smith is because Will Smith has always stayed active. He's always stayed in the gym. He's always taking care of himself. He doesn't do drugs. He doesn't smoke. And he's always stayed consistent with movies. And he always stays in the spotlight. Martin Lawrence is a more laid back, chill guy. Martin Lawrence, if he's not filming movies, you're not going to see Martin Lawrence unless he posts some on Instagram. Martin is chill. He's laid back. He obviously he wasn't staying in the gym. He didn't take care of his body how Will did, and it's catching up to him. And it is what it is. It happens to. We got plenty of family members that's happened to, right? So with that being said, man, I look forward to seeing Bad Boys 4. I look forward to continue to see Martin do movies, and whatever's going on with Martin, I'm gonna pray for him. And I pray that Martin could be the Martin that we all love. And if not, we still love him. Everybody gets older. Everybody's not going to always be the same. So with that being said, this your boy Wavy. Thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment. I'm out.